Rally Championship enters its second half. We've had 3 different winners. Competition has been fierce, but we have yet to witness the fight the rally fans have all been waiting for. Defending champion Antoine Lestage and his Tiburon against Patrick Richard and the Subaru Rally Team Canada. Richard leads on points, but for one reason or another, the team champions have not gone head-to-head with healthy race cars under them. With only 3 rallies left in the season, the need for first place points is more critical than ever. Today's battlefield will be the Laurentian forests of Quebec. It's Lestage, it's Richard. Who will be king? The Canadian Rally Championship on TSN is presented by Subaru. Think, feel, drive. Subaru. And by Yokohama. Now you've got control. The Canadian Rally Championship returns to Quebec for round 4 in the town of Saint-Agathe-des-Monts, 1 hour north of Montreal. Hello Canada, Vic Router with Paul Chater and champion co-driver Natalie Richard.
The 2008 Rallye Defi is a 2-day event with 23 special stages totaling over 170 kilometers. Now this is the home event for myself and Antoine Lestage, and it's been a very good rally to us. Antoine has won here the last 3 years in a row. We're right now second in points, and if we want to keep our championship hopes alive, we need to go all out for the win.
Antoine starts as a favorite. He won the first rally of the year, but due to a DNF in Alberta, Lestage is trailing Richard in the points.
Okay, Antoine, this is a key event in the championship.
Yes, very important for the championship. After our DNF in Calgary, it was very bad for the points, and we're lying second, and we need to win here. So, but it's an event I really like. I won it 3 times, and it's tougher competition than what we had in the past few years. So it should be a very good fight, but that's what we want. That's what we like. So we're ready for it.
23 stages, mainly gravel, some tarmac. Starting number 2, Patrick Richard.
We're leading the championship right now. If we don't finish and you guys win, you guys have a big advantage over us. If we win and you guys don't finish, it's almost in the bag for us.
Are you feeling any pressure?
Not too much. I mean, you know, we still have to finish. I'd like to come at least second or better this weekend, but definitely if there's pressure to be put on, you guys are the ones that are going to put it on us.
Andrew, the last time I saw you, you had a huge crash. How are you, and how is the car?
Well, we're good. We flipped over at the X Games, went end over end. We were leading our heat, so we were really disappointed that we were out, and we did a lot, good amount of damage to the car and a little bit to ourselves. And the car, we basically replaced most of the roll cage and the roof, and we're back racing again.
Let me introduce to you Yokoyama-san and Soga-san. Respectively, they are the CEOs of Subaru Canada and Mitsubishi in Canada. Now, they have had a big rivalry over the years all over the world.
Yeah, Mitsubishi Motors and the Subaru have been, we love rally for a long time, and we are good friends and a good competitor for a long time.
And now you've brought that rivalry to Canada.
Yes, we have short history here, but taking the opportunity to introduce the Dancer Evolution 10 this year. Just we are focusing on the rather priority on rally activity. And of course, Subaru has a long history leading this area, but we are following them. And in the near future, we can compete with them.
44 teams will start the rally, and let's begin with our first special stage just outside Saint-Agathe. Antoine Lestage and Natalie Richard.
This is the Lac Rene stage. It's only 2.43 kilometers long. The stage starts on tarmac and quickly changes to gravel. This can cause a lot of problems for the teams. The crews had 2 low-speed reconnaissance runs over the stages yesterday to prepare their pace notes.
Antoine Lestage crosses the line in 1 minute 21 seconds. That is the time to beat.
66 back crest, look at
Patrick Richard.
it crest, 60.
That's Alan Oswald calling the notes. Richard has a
60
reputation for being very demanding on his co-drivers. He's been through a lot of them, but this relationship seems to be working pretty well. He's the kind of driver who commits fully to the notes. To drive that way, you have to have 100% faith in the co-driver, or you crash. Richard has that faith in Oswald, and the new team's recent record proves it.
Waiting for his time. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Even Patrick Richard jumped into the early lead by 1 second over Lestage.
Car 3 is the Evo of John Nichols from the scene. In fact, Nichols won all kinds of championships in two-wheel drive cars, but he's never quite reached the top rank in these open-class all-wheel drive turbo cars.
Another Mitsubishi, the Evo 9 of Comrie Picard and Goldfarb. We saw that big crash of his at the X Games.
Oh, and he's lost his rear bumper. He must have hit something.
Watch now, he approaches the line. Watch for his time. 1:23 flat, 2 seconds behind Lestage, 3 behind Richard on the opening stage.
Antoine's brother Mathieu Lestage and Yannick Naper. Watch how the co-driver releases the handbrake at the start. You've never seen him do that before. Mathieu Lestage is a couple of seconds slower on this stage, but he's going to have a great battle with Andrew Picard in this rally.
Second, brake goes 12 plus open.
So far, so good for the rally leader, Pat Richard, as he comes into service for the routine.
There's your leaderboard after 2 stages. Richard, Lestage, and ACP. American Bill Bacon is 4th, tied with rookie David Legault from Val David.
The Canadian Rally Championship on Canada Sports Leader, TSN.
With so much racing going on in the world, you'd have to be a four-headed monster to keep up with it all. Luckily, we have that. Join Peter Keene, Bill Wood, Errol Tucker, and their guest driver analyst each week for an opinionated look at the news coming out of the racing world. Remember, it's GoRacingTV.com for all your racing and video needs.
2, 1, go. 6 right minus, sit over crest, 140. 6 right, half long, keep in, 120. 6 right, half long, keep in, 120. 6 left, in over crest, 160. 4 left, plus in, opens over crest. 4 left, plus in over crest, opens, 180. 5 right, keep in, 20. 4 left, minus, in and out, 60.
And the master kill switch is that red thing behind the kill.
3 right, plus wide, left, 180. 4 left, in early before blow, narrow, 140.
And here are some of the other teams we expect to do well here. Craig Henderson, Lynn Murphy, they're from near Montreal, running 7th position in a Super.
The top-rated Mitsubishi driver at the moment is American Bill Bacon from New Hampshire and Canadian co-driver Peter Watt from Ontario. They're in 3rd place at the moment.
The number 13 Mitsu of local brothers Simon and Maxime Lossier is back in 11th place, but we expect them to move up.
Here's a new driver making a big impression. David Legault from Val David. He bought Sylvain Ericsson's old Evo 4 and is already up to 6th.
Antoine Lestage was fastest over Palomino, and this was the duel we all hoped would finally fall. The pace of Pat Richard and Lestage nearly identical after 4 stages. Lestage by 1 second. You can hear the people calling out his name, Antoine. At service, it was clear the 2 drivers were enjoying the fight as much as the fans.
I prefer being in front than behind. I was hoping to finish the night, within +5 or -5, it would have been okay, because the long day will be tomorrow. But now we have 1 second lead, but it's nothing.
Rallye Defi ends day 1 with a nighttime pass over Palomino, and despite the dust, Quebec Rally fans just love it.
And the results of a night stage? Well, it's a tie, of course. And at the end of day one, Antoine leads Patrick by 1 second. The rest of the pack, they're falling back.
Okay, quick math shows that we're still in the lead of the rally. Don't go away, there's a lot more action on CSX.
Hey, Mario.
Hey, what do you got in this thing?
16 valve, 2.4 liter engine, 200 horsepower. Air conditioning.
32 valve, 3.5 liter engine, 650 horsepower, air conditioning.
Honda builds every IndyCar engine. It's our commitment to racing and engineering. The same engineering that goes into the all-new Civic, the official vehicle of the IZOD IndyCar Series.
We're here at the start of stage 6. Now this is the first of about a dozen fairly short stages. Nothing's longer than 7 kilometers. Both Pat and Antoine will be adjusting their speed, but they don't have much time to reel each other in. I expect us to be swapping times, just like we were yesterday. The meat of the rally is the last 5 stages of the day. Now there, hopefully the 2 cars will still be in because it's going to be a good battle.
Tell everybody, Natalie has co-driven with both these drivers, Lestage and Richard. She's always asked who's faster. Look at, she's being diplomatic. Never answers. She says, I don't know. Who do you think?
Who's faster? Well, there are lots of fast rally drivers, but these two are also smart. They know how to win. They go at a pace that feels really fast, and then they compare their time to the opposition. Then they adjust. They drift a little later, drift a little wider, and this way the pace continues to increase until one of the rivals crashes a brake, leaving the survivor minutes ahead of the rest of the field. It's very rare that 2 drivers in this sort of lead-swapping duel can go the distance. One will make a mistake, the other one's going to win.
Now, Andrew Picard was running 3rd on day 1 when he lost 20 seconds due to a turbo hose failure. His car has been repaired. He's once again posting 3rd fastest times, and now he's fought back into 5th place overall. And if you haven't noticed, it's raining hard. The roads are becoming treacherous. Here's the number 43 Toyota MR2 driven by Americans Jim McClelland and Mike Hummel.
And David Legault continues to impress. He's just 8 seconds behind Andrew Picard in 6th place.
Mark Williams and Jeff Secor deliver the mail.
But the best performance award goes to Raphael and Olivier Guillet.
I love this road rally.
And the fans here.
I love this. Fire it up. Thank you very much, MC, and we're on our way. Richard and Lestage tied the first stage of the day, so the gap stayed at 1 second between the leaders. Now on stage 7, Montpellier, the Subaru team found they had some bad notes, so that cost them 4 seconds, let the Hyundai team increase the lead to 5. Now we have bad notes. For him, and then look at the under braking, how tough it is under the wet conditions.
Yeah, and on tarmac, which these guys aren't used to either. American Bill Bacon was running in 3rd place overall when he overshot the last turn in Montpellier. And with a little help from the Montpellier Fire Department, he got going again in 14th.
So Bacon's crash moves Mathieu Lestage up to 2nd. And he shows us the proper way to get forward.
Tommy Picard is just seconds behind Mathieu, so the fight for 3rd is just as tight as the fight for the lead. 1 stage later, and they're tied.
Very difficult conditions make the tire choice critical.
Yeah, that start, it's raining very hard now, but it's a bit slippery in the stage, but it was okay. We had 2 clean runs, so it's good.
Mathieu, you're having a great rally. You just regained 3rd place.
Yeah, so we just regained 3rd place in the last loop of stages. And so now we're, I think, a few seconds in front of ACP. And everything is going perfect with the car. The car is very reliable, and I feel great, so I'm very happy.
Well, we started the day in third place. It was a little bit of a gift. I know ACP had some turbo problems. In this second stage we did, there's a long straight coming down into the end. It's pavement, very wet. The pavement looks pretty fresh, actually. It was very slick, and we almost slid into the fire truck. It's very interesting. I guess I came very close to meeting a few people that are the brotherhood, so to speak.
From service, the teams repeated the Crépon and Montpellier stages. Richard was quicker on Crépon, but only by 1 second.
And then Antoine won that second back again on the very next stage.
And that's the way it went, back and forth. Half would win a stage, and then Antoine would counter with fast time on the next one. Over 13 special stages, the margin between the two leaders was never more than 5 seconds. May have a slight advantage on tires. The Yokohamas are very good on mixing conditions like these.
These conditions look more like the Rocky Mountain Rally, don't they?
Yeah, and you can see that the change in surface. I mean, going from wet pavement to slick mud or even gravel really creates havoc with the handling.
Andrew Comrie-Picard is flat out in his battle with Matthew Lestage. They were tied after 8 stages, but Picard moved 4 seconds ahead into sole possession of third after 9. Matthew, though, you know he's not giving up, and the fight continues there.
At the end of stage 9, Montreal's Freddie Wheel overshot the left turn and crashed in the TSN cameraman, Don Purser. We wish Don a speedy and full recovery.
So here are the standings after 9 stages. 2 lead cars continue to pull away from the rest of the field.
Of the first 9 stages, 4 were won by Antoine Lestage and 3 by Patrick Richard. On the other 2, they tied. Rally racing doesn't get any closer.
4 special stages now around the little town of Saint-Cyprien. Antoine Lestage added 1 second to his lead after the first stage.
6 left in over crest, 120.
So at this point, the Hyundai drivers lead 7 seconds, but it wouldn't last. Patrick found more speed on stage 12, clawed back a couple. Stage 13 took another 4. The margin between 1 and 2, 1 second.
The fight for third place was equally intense. Mathieu Lestage had been caught and passed by ACP, but the Quebecer battled back and regained the position by just 5 seconds.
Into droite, c'est short. Keep
the pace continues to be fast. Furious among the top 4 cars, it's very unlikely they're all going to finish. Comrie-Picard is not just fighting for third with good luck, he could be going for the win. Leaderboard after 13. Antoine leads by 1, but something doesn't sound right with that engine. Matthew Lestage currently holds third, 5 seconds ahead of Picard.
Here's the situation after 13 stages. Antoine and I are still in the lead, but only by 2 seconds. We lost a bit of time to Pat. We're having a few issues with the car. Right now, the heater isn't working, and so we can't get all the fog off the windscreen, and so Antoine had a lot of trouble staying on that stage. Our car is making a mystery noise. We're not so sure what it is. John Buffum thinks it may be a cracked exhaust manifold, but I'll have to check with him.
Leading by 1 second, the Hyundai crew goes to work. The Canadian Rally Championship on TSN.
State your desires.
Speed, adrenaline, competition.
Calculating. Result in 3, 2, 1. The National Auto Sport Association. Start here.
When we left Rallye Defi, the leader, Hyundai's Antoine Lestage, had pulled into service with a strange noise coming from the motor.
The Canadian Rally Championship on TSN is brought to you by Subaru. Think, speed, drive, Subaru.
The odd noise you hear just started at the end of stage 13. The mechanics naturally are concerned.
And later, Paul, they learned it was a cracked piston, so the Hyundai done for the day.
Okay, Pat, bad news for us, good news for you. We're staying here.
Oh yeah, how come?
The motor.
You're staying here? Oh, sorry. That sucks. We were just starting to have a good fight.
Yeah, we were. It was a good battle all weekend, and
well, now what am I gonna do? Jeez.
I guess you'll have to make your own fun.
We're just getting into it. I finally beat you today on a stage. Or two.
Two!
Yeah.
Patrick's sincere. It's more fun to race for every second than to cruise to a win. The other Lestage Mathieu now steps up to second place with co-driver Yannick Lefebvre.
Meanwhile, Picard cannot catch Richard. He's only 6 seconds behind Mathieu. He caught him to take over second, but not for long.
Legault and Levine had a brilliant debut in the national rally scene. Consistently running the top five.
The extremely rough roads caused all kinds of cars to fall out. John Nichols cracked the top 5 before retiring on stage 21.
Craig Henderson and Lynn Murphy were 6th with just one stage to go.
The veteran Quebec team of Bruno Carré and Yvon Joyal were right there too until their suspension collapsed on stage 20. The best comeback, that had to be by Bill Bacon after spinning into the ditch. He saved his bacon. He's headed to the podium.
Despite having a lead of over 2 minutes, Richard is going pretty fast.
6 right cross in, the 6 left over jump, continues and tightens to 5 minus.
That one.
Maybe he'll slow down just a little bit with that kind of damage.
Andrew, this is unfortunately the part of the show where you get pulled in on a tow rope. You've had a lot of bad luck this year. What happened?
Well, a combination of things. We went into a dip a little hard, so that pushed up a bunch of hoses in the front of the car, charge pipes, pushed off the air intake for the turbo. We sucked some water in the engine, also started leaking coolant. So the motor is like 70% blown right now, and we wouldn't be able to start the 27K stage and get more than probably a couple of kilometers. So it's super frustrating. We were up into second after a tough night last night. We clawed it all back, and second we would have been pretty happy with, but it's been a tough season, you're right.
Yeah, I'm jumping on that bandwagon as well.
Yeah, well, that's right. You know what it's like. So, but if you gave up, you never finish anything. So we'll fix it and we'll be back.
So some good company for Natalie. 2 favorites out. And here's Mathieu Lestage starting the final stage, and obviously something wrong.
Yeah, something serious with the gearbox at this pace. Mathieu doesn't really need any pace. He'll live 100 meters and retire. It's a shame he was in second place.
Isn't that crazy, though? First Picard and then Mathieu Lestage. And so with both of them out, you would assume that David Legault should be in second. Well, he would have been had he not lost 3 minutes on the final stage due to suspension damage.
Craig Henderson benefits from all these retirements. He goes into the last stage in 6th and comes out 3rd.
And Bill Bacon takes a well-deserved second place. Ted and Lise Mendham win the Production 4 class. They finish 8th overall.
And Sylvain Vézinet, Patrick Pichet were the top 2-wheel drive finishers.
But nobody could beat Pat Richard and Alan Ockwell. And as you suggested earlier, it really was a terrific duel between the 2 best rally drivers in our country. But when Antoine Lestage retired, Pat Richard's lead, insurmountable. When you really think about how guys dropped out here and there, it was a crazy kind of finish. Here's Natalie.
That's quite the reception, Pat. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks a lot. I mean, it's not the way I want to win with you guys going out, but we did try hard in those last few stages. But a win's a win, and puts us in a great position for the championship.
Craig, you guys had a great rally.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm really happy to be here on the 3rd step of the podium. I didn't expect that Mathieu had a problem in the last stage. That's why I'm here right now. But thought it was good to go faster than that. But it was paying to be a little slower.
So with just 2 rallies to go in the championship, Lestage calls it a miracle because Patrick clinch with a 7th or better.
Yeah, Vic, but I want to see a rematch between these 2 drivers.
Well, it wasn't quite the duel to the finish that we'd all been hoping for, but we'll pick it up again in round 5 of the championship in British Columbia. Congratulations to my big brother Pat Richard and his co-driver Alan Ockwell on their 2nd victory of the season. For Vic Ratter and Paul Chater, I'm Natalie Richard. We'll see you again at Pacific Forest.
The Canadian Rally Championship